name is Moonbeam Gardebring. I grew up in South Minneapolis and I am a casket weaver.
How did you become a casket weaver?
By spending a lot of time getting close to dying. I've had like a really rare life-threatening chronic illness since I was 15 that impacts my airway, so you'll notice I breathe loudly and differently because my airway is really small. And the last like 7 years, I've gotten worse and worse and worse. And it turns out now I have like more diseases. And in that time, I could feel in my body that my life was draining and there wasn't a lot left. And I didn't know how to tell people. For like a year and a half, I was just really sick. All the medical labs showed nothing special was happening at all. But I could feel like I could hardly move, I could hardly think, hardly blink even. And I didn't know like how to interrupt other people's business as usual to say like, I feel this in my body. And what it's like to live, I think it was like a year and a half before I could say it, like it hit me and I could tell people out loud. So I wrote a letter to like my closest friends to say, will you do this with me? Like here's how I am. I'm close to dying. I don't expect to live very long. Will you walk with me towards this threshold? Because I've been trying to carry it alone and it's so hard. So they said yes. At this point for me, like when my body can't do anything else, like when all my other functions are taken away, like that's the only thing that matters is connecting with people and making beauty. And that's so subversive, and I think it's easy to forget that. It's life-giving. I mean, holding is what weaving has always been about for me. Even before I got into caskets, I was weaving a lot of pack baskets, and it was about holding and being held, both in the process of making it and then having this vessel to say like, I'm with you, I'm gonna help you carry your life. Caskets are just like a more massive version of that for this threshold that is so human around dying. So this beauty is here, this vessel, this casket is here to let people engage with like a non-linear way of being, like a deeper part of ourselves that doesn't always have space to express how we are. The invitation is like, let this vessel do this like literal and metaphorical thing. We don't have to understand it, doesn't have to make perfect sense, but it's a space to hold part of you. So the invitation is for people to write or draw or be with what's here and use the paper to put it on there somehow and leave it in here kind of as an offering or as a like, this is the thing that can't be held in some other way. So here's one way.